Attorney the podcast. I'm your host, Sid Patrick, with my wonderful favorite sidekick, Miss Alicia Nicole. I just love her to death, my wonderful co-host.
Good evening, everyone, and happy Mardi Gras season.
Yes, happy Mardi Gras. So tonight we're going to be doing the Wands of Tarot. So we're going to let a few people log on. So we started a little early to allow people to see us live, and we will log on. Have you get us live there, and while we're waiting for, I think it was the first one, wasn't I? No, is that me? No.
That's your wonderful husband.
Okay, so let's see if I can find me. You may call him if there I am.
We go.
There we go.
There we go.
All right. So currently we are on. You can find us live right now on the podcast on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. On YouTube, we want you to subscribe. On TikTok, we want you to tap that screen. And if you're on Facebook, share with your friends, get them online. We're going to definitely start tonight because this is the final night of the tarot class. So we had a whole bunch of people join us last night, but I only went over a few things that I'm going to repeat tonight. So if you missed last night, that is okay. I was just practicing because we have a new setup for tonight. I am going to go to the full screen so that you can see us.
Here we are.
And so here we are with our wonderful little angel in the background and my little angel next to me over here.
You're so good to me.
And so we're going to let a few of you log in. I had a large group last night. We were practicing with the screen because tonight, when we finish going through the wands, I'm going to go over some tarot spreads. I'm going to go over the Celtic Cross, and I may go over one or two of the others. And so I have a special a screen setting so you can actually see the card lay. So that's going to be real cool. So I'm going to let a few people log in, say hello, and let us know, if you're watching. So we're going to be waiting for you to join on in with us. And if you're on, like I said, if you're on TikTok, tap that screen. If you're on Facebook, please comment, please share. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe. Comment, let us know what you think. Again, we had a whole, I think we had like 17 people in here last night. That's a lot.
Yeah, recommend us to people if you know anyone looking for a good podcast about spirituality and other things. Let us know, or just wanting to listen to two people talk.
Right. So, I've been getting. During the week, I get quite a few people on. Talking about different things. Like I said last night, we did a few tarot lays, so they got to see. And a lot of people got it last night. So if you really want to learn to read the tarot, please stay to the end tonight, because what I went over last night with everybody, when before the night ended, they were really saying, "I got this. I understand what you mean by telling the story." I mean, they really, the light bulbs started clicking off. Boom, boom, boom. So I really want you to stay with me tonight, because this is a big night. We're going to complete the tarot, the whole story series, and Magni has caught up with me. Everything is, the whole series is together.
Magni was doing the Lord's work.
Yes, he was.
Yes.
And so all he has to do is add this one, and then it's going to be put into a folder. So if you just want to just learn the entire series, it is there for you. So you can learn tarot, the whole story. I will do an intuitive class, and I will then do a master class, and they will both be online. So that is really cool. So while we're waiting for a few people to log on to get started with the wands, I will go over a few important things. March 8th is our grief group. Please join us. I am not sure what I'm going to do. Someone last night made a great suggestion. They said, why don't you watch that movie, All That Jazz? Because it's all about Bob Fosse's journey into death, and it's all about the grief process. It goes over all the stages of grief. And so, you didn't know that?
No.
So it's all about the stages. It's all about the stages of grief. So we might do that. We are going to have food and and drinks and all those things that we always do. It'll be a fully catered event. That is March 8th. And yes, there is a $20 fee, but that always covers the activities that we do. And we always spend every dime of it and then some. March 9th, mark your calendars. That is our psychic investigation field trip. So what we're going to do is we're going to come meet at my home. We've limited it to 20 people. You will learn how to sense. You will are required to bring something to, like a notebook or
Are you gonna
something
blindfold
to write
me?
on. No, I'm not going to
Okay, because
blindfold you.
okay, thank you.
We're going to bring a notebook. If you
I had
have
to
if you
ask.
have a pendulum or a dial, or you want to bring something that you want to work with, we're going to take you to a cemetery that has a lot of history and graves back from the 1800s, and we're going to get you to sense it and spend a moment taking time to write it. We don't know what the age group of everybody that's coming is going to be. If everybody is over 21, we will maybe stop at a bar on the way back and do our findings, or we can stop at a restaurant. But I'll let everybody decide. It doesn't matter to me where we stop, but we want to stop somewhere and either have something to drink or something to eat and sit and discuss what you found and felt at the field trip before we get back home. And then we will drive back to to my home. We will carpool because it is about 45 minutes away from my home.
I still have no idea where this is.
I know.
Oh, you've given me enough. I know you've given me enough clues that I should know when you're like the oldest cemetery, 45 minutes out, and I still have no idea what in the world you're talking about, and that's driving me crazy.
We do have to cross a body of water to get there. I'll give you that clue.
Okay,
We're full of water all over the place.
Yeah, that doesn't really help. So, and I hate surprises. So, ooh.
So anyway, that's going to be a lot of, and that's a free event. You're going to get a free class. Hey, Mary. Daphne is cleaning the kitchen. She will be on shortly. Okay, well, it's going to be a few minutes before we get into the class itself. So because I'm just getting a few people to log in. So that's going to be on March 9th. That is a Sunday. It is free. Guys, this is free. And we're limiting it, I think, to 20 people. And I know some people have already signed up. If you want to do this, and we have a psychic investigation group that I'm going to be reaching out to by email this week. So, and I'm pretty sure most of them probably will come. So
it's a good time. It's a good time.
It's a good time.
And it's not like there's ever wrong answers.
No.
Because you never know who and what you're going to pick up on. So it's not like when you go out there that we've given you a mission, like you have to find the gold coin by this thing. It's very interpretive.
Yes, it is. And we're there to work with you and help you. It's all about learning how to sense. So it's always fun to do. So that's March 9th. March 29th. Yes, March 29th. It is a Saturday at 2 o'clock. Trenny and I will be at Agave in Chalmette doing Not Joe Dead People. So 2 o'clock, that is also limited seating. We've sold more than 25% of the seats already. So if you're interested in going to Not Joe Dead People, please, get those tickets because it will. I know the one in Metairie sold out and we had a waiting list. So I don't know. And that is a March 29th. So Not Joe Dead People will be March 29th. We ask that you dress colorful, dress the part, come in. We will put nachos and dips at all the tables for everybody to enjoy. The restaurant will have a choice of 2 items you can order if you are hungry and you want to eat. That is at your expense. And then you can purchase your drinks as well. So please go to my website, sid-patrick.com, for more information about the event at Agave. Not Joe Dead People. And there's a lot. We have those events are very, very, very fun. If you follow me on Facebook, you'll see pictures from the last one. It was a lot of fun. So come join us. Very colorful, and they're a lot of fun. We've actually been asked to do 2 of them in Denver. So when we finish there, we'll be doing 2.
You're gonna leave me and get like a side gig just traveling around to Mexican restaurants. I can see in the future. With the mariachi, you'll get a mariachi band. Yeah,
it'll be a mariachi band.
So Patrico.
Right. I love it. That's going to be hysterical. So anyway, those are some of the things coming up. I can tell you I did turn my March schedule into Stacy, and it is already filling up. Those of you who want a session with me, please get in touch with Stacy. If you go to my website, you can see the types of sessions that I offer. They have videos that explain them, and the phone number to reach my scheduler is there. Her name is Stacy. Okay, we got 8 people, so I think it is time that I will start getting into the class. So let's go ahead and see where we at. So let's go to PowerPoint, the Wands of Tarot. Now, folks, I'm going to be stationed a little different. Let me show you what's going on so you understand why I might not be looking at you. So when we're done with the Wands of Tarot, I'm going to be doing some card lays. And so, let me come back over here. We have a table view, and I'm going to be laying the cards up here so you can actually see them. So I had to move the TV set that was up here, and that's where the PowerPoint is. So I'm going to turn a little bit so I may not be looking at the screen so I can read everything to you. In fact, I think I'm going to move this.
That makes sense.
And I think I'm going to move this.
Oh, and then I'm going to move
I'm
this
gonna
to my mouth.
Me too then.
Cheers.
Before we get started, cheers. I have a little sangria tonight, speaking of nacho dead people. Somebody left us at the last gallery we did at the house. I wanted to thank them. Okay. So the first is the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is all about new beginnings. Now, since we're wrapping up, I might get a little more details. Remember, all the aces are usually about new beginnings. Notice the hand of God or the hand of the Spirit coming out of the clouds. These are in all the aces. New beginnings, new thinking, new opportunities, new friends and co-workers. The excitement of starting new projects or new jobs. Notice, new jobs. So when I look at wands, that's what I think about. Careers, jobs. What am I doing with my life? What kind of action am I doing with my life? That's what all the wand cards are about. So just know that going in. So when you see them, what are the pictures telling you? Good way to think of it. New friends and co-workers. As the ace represents beginnings and the wands represent inspiration and mental energy, this card is particular, represents new ideas and plans, traditionally creation, invention, energy, birth, adventure. Reverse, postponements, deferrals, cancellations, difficulty getting started, loss of work or social contacts. Perhaps the time is not right to start the new project or business. Lack of energy, traditionally decadence, perdition, fall, clouded joy, abandonment, possibly a difficult childbirth. Element is fire. The ace relates to beginnings and opportunities. That's true of all aces. Notice the element is fire. Mm-hmm. And if I was reading this as people cards, wands represent redhead people.
Oh.
The Two of Wands. Upright, choosing well and following the chosen path. Though hard work will always be necessary, achievement of success is likely. Reverse, unable to choose the best path, indecision and uncertainty. As a result, success may not come anytime soon. Element is fire. The twos, and that means all twos, relate to choices and balance. 3. Upright, strength, boldness, effort, commerce, discovery. The ideas and energy of the wands are taking tangible form. The wheel of enterprise are in motion. The entrepreneur watches his ships full of merchandise sail off on what he hopes will be a successful voyage. Travel may be required to bring the operation to fruition. Traditionally, trade, negotiations, enterprise, travel, audaciousness, cooperation, and business. Reverse, delays or interruptions, problems making the plans work. Difficulties with the voyage, lack of cooperation from others, expected rewards may not be forthcoming or may require exceptional efforts. Traditional meanings include distrust, misfortune, and treachery, but also the end of trouble and toil. Be on guard for partners with ulterior motives. Element fire, the 3 relates to creativity and fertility. The 4, upright, is success. Rewards. One thing I want to take too, when you're watching me go over these meanings, Look at the cards.
These people are celebrating, clearly.
Right.
Yes.
Look at the cards. What is it? What is the card telling you? Look at the story in the card and listen to what I'm saying. So it doesn't always mean every word exactly what's in it. It's giving you a feel. It's giving you a sensation. A lot of people learned that last night. They learned that it's telling a story. When you mix it with other cards, it really change. Like it really just
it adds details.
It's a hint of a story, and you're going to see that towards the end. And that's what I want you guys to totally understand. So success, rewards for one's hard work, a good harvest after a long season of caring for the crops, celebrations, fairs, harvest festivals, time to relax, enjoy the company of friends and loved ones, and also to give thanks. There may be partnerships in formation, business or personal, sometimes thought to suggest matrimony, a good first step towards a prosperous life. Traditionally, community reunion, gatherings, relaxation, and prosperity. Reverse, not very different from the upright aspect. The foundation for success has been laid, and it is time to celebrate the achievement, but something may be missing. Perhaps the subject does not quite appreciate what they have achieved or the blessings they have been given. Perhaps they are not quite yet ready for the partnership or marriage. Perhaps they are a bit insecure and don't fully recognize their own abilities. Traditionally, pleasure, advancement, beauty, but the pleasure is hollow and the beauty is tarnished. This card is known as a good omen for recovery from illness and for healthy childbirth. Its element is fire. The fours relate to structure and foundation.
Hi, Daphne.
Hey, Daphne.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes. The 5, upright, is competition, contest, contention, struggle. Others will not stand aside. The lesson of the 5 of Wands is that it is necessary to deal with competitors to achieve success. Walking away from the contest will result in loss. Learn to work with the opposition for mutual benefit or strive to rise to the top. Be open to the ideas of others, but also alert to their self-interest. Also maintain self-control and avoid anger. The traditional meaning suggests victory in this struggle. Gain riches, abundance, happy marriage. Reverse, walking away from the opportunity to avoid the struggle, fear of competition. Alternatively, litigation, dispute, and trickery by the opposition are likely if this contest continues. Traditionally, lawsuits, fraud, persecution, harassment, delays, but a favorable outcome is suggested if one stays in the game. Its element is fire. The 5 relates to conflicts, challenges, and adaptivity. Hold on. I need a sip.
Okay, I like these horse cards. And
Okay.
there's a lot of
A lot of what?
I just had a senior moment myself.
Oh, okay.
I was
Like
about
I did
to
earlier?
say, yeah, I was about to say, there's a lot of sticks in these wand cards.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. There's a reason.
Yeah, those are wands, Alicia. Yeah.
The 6 of Wands, the 6 of Sticks, upright, known as the Victory card. The 6 of Sticks celebrates overcoming previous challenges and also suggests that future victories are coming soon. Study the card and note that the horseman is surrounded by his troops. This is not only a card of personal victory, it is a card of team victory. The leader has achieved his success with the help of his followers, and without teamwork, it would not have been possible. Traditionally, good news, hope, desires, expectations, fulfillment. Reverse, the opposite. Victory is not forthcoming, likely due to dissension or disloyalty on the team. Problems working together with subordinates, distrust, disharmony, betrayal. The leader perhaps makes his followers feel he thinks he is above them, causing resentment. A warning to appreciate the efforts of those working with you and find a way to let them know that you do. Traditionally, infidelity, disloyalty, betrayals, and overconfidence, the element is fire. The 6s relate to sharing, mutual support, and knowledge. The 7 of Wands, upright. After achieving success, it will be necessary to fight to stay on top. There is no room for complacency, but there is a need for perseverance. The subject's dominating position helps assure their ultimate victory, but only if they continue to make their best efforts. The Seven of Wands speaks particularly of the business world, but might also have implications for sport or other competitive endeavors. Traditionally, commerce, conferences, gossip, profit, advantage, competition. Reverse, defensiveness, withdrawal into fortifications, fearful or lacking the energy to continue the competition, possibly losing composure or poise in the face of contention. Traditionally, indecision, embarrassment, doubt, anxiety. Its element is fire. The sevens relate to overcoming trials and temptations. The Eight of Wands. Upright, acceleration, enthusiasm, the pace of life quickens. The Eight of Wands card has been described as arrows of love and falling in love. Perhaps the subject is or soon will be in a new exciting relationships. Perhaps new business ideas or fueling excitement and productivity. High-speed travel is possible, perhaps a journey by air. In any case, utilize the energy and enjoy the ride, but avoid carelessness. Traditionally, activity, swiftness, haste, great hope, progress, direction, new love. Reverse, arrows of love become arrows of jealousy. Arguments, disharmony, delays, setbacks. This may be stalled, or alternatively, the frantic pace pace was too much and mistakes resulted. The new ideas may not have been so good after all. Traditionally, internal dispute. The sting of conscience, quarrels, discord, regret. Be wary of meddlers or outsiders that may cause marital strife. There's that cheater.
Well,
Element is fire.
Flying through the air.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Eight relates to progress and persistence. The Nine of Wands. Anticipation, suspension, possibly hidden enemies. The Swarry has come a long way, overcoming many challenges. He is on the verge of completing his quest, but he knows he must pause, perhaps from exhaustion, perhaps to protect himself from danger. He has the tools and skills to defend himself if necessary. The real danger that he faces is accepting less than he has earned. The Nine of Wands teaches us that we must see the quest through its conclusion. Analyze the situation. Get some rest if possible. Prepare defenses and consolidate the position if necessary. But don't end the quest. When rested and prepared, finish what has been started. Traditionally, delay, estrangement, adjournment, prudence, experience. Reversed, position may be indefensible. The warrior may be too tired to continue. Perhaps the necessary will or energy is lacking. Surrender or abandonment may be the only apparent options. It might be time to find help, or if none is forthcoming, withdraw from the engagement as prudently as possible. When looking at health issues, the Nine of Wands could suggest mild but chronic illnesses that saps energy. Traditionally, obstacles, adversity, calamity, barriers, sluggishness. Element is fire. The non relates to self-awareness, completion, and integrity.
Hi, Jeremiah, who just joined us on
Hey.
TikTok. Thank you for watching us tonight.
Yes. The Ten. Upright. The Ten of Wands. Upright. The burden may be too great. Atlas holding the world on his shoulders. Great achievements have been made, but the job is not getting any easier, and the weariness may be setting in. Perhaps it is time to take a breather for a while, but don't give up. Persistence and determination will bring success. Traditionally, betrayal, oppression, gain, fortune. Reverse. The opposite of working too hard. Irresponsibility, broken promises, lack of dedication. Traditionally, treachery, intrigue, difficulty, unexpected problems. Its element is fire. The tens relate to reaping the rewards, attainment, achievement, and fulfillment. The Page of Wands. A message, news of the new and exciting. The Page of Wands, also known as the Princess of Wands, suggests enthusiasm and zeal. When representing a person, this card likely means a youth with vigor and ambition, working hard to achieve a goal. It also speaks of excitement and dedication for projects or hobbies, traditionally surprising, exciting, consistent, faithful, and helpful. Reverse, pretty much the opposite of the upright aspect. Bad news, lack of interest or rejection of new projects. Unwilling to help others, prone to tantrums and rashness. Delinquency, traditionally unstable and consistent, unfaithful. Its element is fire. The pages relate to messengers, children, openness, risk takers. Knight of Wands. Upright, bold, passionate, exciting, spontaneous. The Knight or Prince of Wands is a fiery force in relationships. He begins new projects with excitement and creativity. but follow through in his shortcoming. He is easily bored and prone to move on before things are finished. Although a loyal friend, he is not inclined to relinquish the variety and excitement he craves for a permanent engagement. As with all knights, a symbol of travel, suggesting long trips over land by highway. Traditionally, flight, separation, distance, abandonment, and immigration. Spelled immigration on that website. Reversed. The reversed Knight of Wands is not outwardly so different from the upright, but he is of lower character, at least for the present. Still bold and spontaneous, but more prone to bully or abuse. Egotistical, impatient, thoughtlessness, and uncaring. Perhaps he might pursue a woman he isn't really interested in for the amusement of conquering her or breaking up a relationship. Traditionally, estrangement, division, rupture, strife. Possibly car problems or other negative issues affecting travel. Whether upright or reversed, the Knight of Wands suggests departure. Enjoy the glow while you can. He may not be around very long. Element
So this
is fire.
This is the modern man card, essentially.
Yes. Well, the Queen of Wands is like the worst card.
That's what you said. That you said this
she's-
is the bitch card. So this is represented by the modern man as the Knight of
Yeah,
Wands.
the knight related to energy, travel, adventure, aggression, and goals. And
He's
the
not
Queen.
here for a long time.
Yeah.
He's here for a good time.
The Queen of Wands. She's creative, passionate, bold, confident, determined, and energetic, but charming. A natural leader. The Queen of Wands characteristics often lead to the performing arts. She could be the entertainment director on a cruise ship, perhaps a movie star, or an advertising executive. Independent and courageous, she is likely to firmly reject any efforts to rein her in, as her black cat warns. But she is also a loving, loyal mother and partner. Her passion for achievement may sometimes lead her to become a bit more involved in her children's affair than she needs to be. Traditionally friendly, honorable, charming, understanding, a lover of money who is likely to succeed in business.
You know what ran over my path today when I was walking into your door?
The black cat from next door.
Yeah.
Reverse, spitefulness, intolerance. The reverse Queen of Wands presents a couple of possibilities. Most commonly, her fire and boldness are exaggerated, while her compassion and loyalty are diminished. This queen may be impatient, jealous, cruel, and vengeful. She may be short-tempered and think nothing of using her substantial resources to exact unjustly sever revenge for some minor slight. If she is angry at her partner, she may punish him with infidelity. In some cases, however, her energy may simply be drained and she could become withdrawn and unable to sustain her usual workload. Traditionally, the meanings are dependent on the card's position and the layout and swing from obliging and economical to deceit, jealousy, and infidelity. Her element is fire. The queens relate to motherhood, matriarchal authority, attraction, and nurturing. The King of Wands. Upright. The Kingdom of Wands symbolizes energy, inspiration, and desire. The King of Wands is a natural leader who has no doubt that he is in charge. Courageous, charismatic, generous. His ambition drives him ever onward towards greater achievements. His confidence, energy, and enthusiasm infect those around him. He greatly enjoys social events and is a loyal friend. As a parent, he is more likely to lead his children by influence and inspiration than with discipline. He enjoys starting new projects, but does not always finish up. Traditionally, honest, integrity, talent, genius. Reverse. The reverse King of Wands can be intolerant, impatient, overbearing, and domineering. He may be childish, selfish, short-tempered, or jealous. He might lash out at those he believes are not paying him enough respect. Another facet of this reversal may be the king's addiction, perhaps the responsibilities of leadership, and more than he can handle. If looking at health-related issues, pay attention to circulatory problems and be cautious to avoid head injuries, traditionally excess, exaggeration, and severity. This element is fire. The kings relate to fatherhood, patriarchal authority, management, and competence.
Hi, Tina and Frank. Thanks for joining us tonight. Happy Mardi Gras.
So, guys, all the stuff that I give you on this course, most of it come from this website, which I don't think is up anymore. But if you want to take that, that's where most of it does come from. Now I need to go to the symbols again. So let me see if I can find that. Oh, I don't know if I can do it. We'll have to. So let me see what I can do here. I got to move some stuff around so I can find it. think I can move this. Bum, 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 over here.
Perfect.
And I gotta open this.
Aren't you glad we don't work in like a technical jobs?
Oh, I could never.
Oh, we would struggle.
Well,
Things with
I do.
systems.
I mean, I work. I
We
know.
do, but like if we had to like write code or something someday, if like something just
that would never
like
happen.
systems would crash, things would be destroyed. It just is not.
That would
No,
never happen.
no.
So I need to go to. Yeah, that's where I need to go there, and then I need to go to symbols first. I think it's more than. I think it's
Yeah,
another
it was
one.
something else.
No, there was one that just. I guess not. I guess that is it. Okay. Yep,
Yeah,
that's it.
that's it.
I'm gonna move that over here. Yep, there it is.
Okay.
And now I can put that back there. Okay, so now let's go. Where'd it go? Let's move this back over here. And let's close this. And let's come back up here for a moment. And what happened to that? Okay. Well, we're just going to talk about it
Okay.
because I don't need to show it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I do because
I'll show the cards.
Now go get Magni
Okay.
because I'm gonna have to show the other piece too. But
Magni, we need you.
Yeah, we had a malfunction here. Maybe down here somewhere.
What?
How do I get? So I lost the view for here when I switched over to this. The PowerPoint was over, but I need to show this
Where's the
now.
mouse? Oh, you have it.
I have the mouse.
Okay. Why is that not letting me?
Click on it.
And you also talking on the
Mouse.
bottom. Yeah, so it needs to-
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
fine.
It's like there's nothing there.
Mhm.
Okay, so I gotta let's do add display capture add existing. Okay.
There it
There
is.
we go.
There it
And then
is.
it gotta be pulled back there. Okay.
Yay, Magni.
Magni,
Okay.
Magni could write the code.
Magni can write the code. Don't go far. I'm probably need. It's gonna probably happen again when I go to the other thing.
Yeah.
So here we go, guys. Sorry about that. But,
Okay.
Right.
I'll call you.
Okay.
All right. So the first one is going to be the Four of Wands, and there's an arch. Arches are symbolic for opens, passion waves, and initiations. In a reading, the arch is the symbol of a new direction for the querent. The new opening or path is indicated by the card. The next one is going to be the Knight, the Knight of Wands, and is the armor, and all the knights have armor, and those are for protection, preparation, and strength.
This one's wearing some really pretty yellow, like draping around his armor too.
And let's see. And I'm really going to get, because y'all have seen a lot of these already, so I'm really just giving you what the basic meanings are. I'm not going through like.
And anything different too that we
if
haven't
there's something
seen.
different. I think we've seen most of these.
Yeah.
'Cause we're on the last suit. So I'm just going to go through
And these were cards created in
the Ace of Wands and the Four of Wands have a castle. Castles are a need to build block by block. They're for strong foundations or how to attain our goals.
And for the ladies watching, I'm just going to point out this was done in what the medieval times, clearly created by a man, as we can see by these wands.
Yes, they deal
We
with
can
sheltering
pick up on-
ourselves or limiting ourselves from reaching our goals.
Mhm.
All right. And the Queen of Wands has the cat. And cats deal with watchfulness, awareness, and perception. Cats are also about psychic ability. Six of Swords, so children. We've talked about children like promise, hope, fresh starts, new beginnings, birth. Our child may be coming. Promise.
There's a lizard in there too.
We might have a lizard
Yeah.
somewhere. I don't know. We'll see in a moment. Four of Wands has flowers,
Hmm.
and that suggests symbol of joy, beauty, and growth, sensitivity, and unfolding. And they're all about opening up and receiving love, light, and joy, and good compassion in our lives. The Two of Wands has a globe, and as the world globe, it symbolizes totality, both cosmic and physical. It also means the whole world is at our fingertips. Also has completion and cycles, totality. The Four of Wands has grapes or grapevines. Those deal with fertility, abundance, transformation, and blessings.
I like that picture, the Four of Wands. It's just a very happy picture.
So the horse, we have horses and all the knights, and the Six of Wands. The horses deal with strength, motion, action, and vitality. And the house is houses. We live, die, play, and all those things. So meanings also with protection. They also deal something that we must guard, so it protects us against theft. They're also about safety. Queen of Wands and the King of Wands have a lion. So, lions deal with strength, courage, royalty, and protection. Also, it could be stubbornness or strength, dependent upon what you're perceiving at that moment. The lizard is there.
I like it's just a little tiny lizard just added.
It says lizards are meanings of renewal, vision, enlightenment, and rebirth.
It's just like a little afterthought. They put him by the king's foot.
The next one are mountains, and that's found in multiple ones. Two of Wands, Three of Wands, Seven of Wands, Page of Wands, King of Wands. So mountains just symbolize they deal with triumph, challenge, attainment, realization. A bunch of the cards have wands in them. The Three of Wands also has an ocean in it. Oceans like vastness, infinite possibilities. Could be things that are unseen. The great divine, higher power, emotions. Plowed fields. That's the Ten of Wands. As we sow, shall we reap. The symbol behind the plowed fields we see in the cards. In contact. It's like we should be mindful that how we do it is pivotal to our harvest. If we are lazy and sloppy with planning, our seeds will be disappointing with results. So you should do things with intent and good intent. Invest time in what you do. You get good labors from it. The Rose and the Two of Wands. Roses are about purity, promise, and beauty. Sometimes watch out for those thorns.
Mm-hmm.
Three of Wands has a ship, which is a deal with travel and journey. It can also deal with deeper levels of the psyche or of the subconscious. It also could have something with mediumship too. But what kind of baggage is that person carrying, or where are they traveling, or how are you navigating their life or their emotions?
Sunflower and the Queen of Wands. Oh yeah, she's like holding on to that thing.
Let me almost pass up the Two of Wands. There's a wall and the Two of Wands. It's a brick wall. Is also has me simply what walls do with separating one from another. You know, what are you trying to separate, or what are you dealing with, or what kind of privacy do you want? That's usually what walls stand for. And the Six of Wands has a wreath. Wreaths of laurel are depicted on various cards. Wreaths are usually a symbol of victory. They're a symbol of victory, but they're also protection and peace and purification. Okay, and that is it. I got one more. Now I got one more slide to bring you. So let me see if I can go in here and find it again. Let me try not to lose it. Let me just pull this down a little bit. Go in here. And I want to go to, I'm in it. This is it here. I thought this was it.
No.
It's not it.
Mm-mm.
I want to go to, no, I want to go to, is it not history? Is it the history?
Which what are you looking for?
Might be, no, here it is. That's what I'm looking for. There we go. That's what I'm looking for you guys. Okay, so, you know, this is just a little something with the Fool's Journey, but that's not what I want to focus on. When you take the class, I will go through and you will get all this stuff too. It's just a little bit of interesting stuff. And again, it's all on that website. But here are some of the spreads, and that's what I wanted to share with you. All right, let me come back up here and close this so that I can see that. And now we're going to look at some of the spreads. I'm going to show you a few, and then I'm going to do a few. Then I'm going to do a reading with you guys, okay? So, again, all right. So, there's a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you go to the website that was up there, you can find these spreads. There's a chakra balancing one. There's a chakra spiritual, chakra balancing, chakra challenging children, a Celtic cross. This is the one I'm going to show you tonight on camera. This is the one we're going to do. Okay.
What does the Celtic cross relate to?
What do you mean? What does it relate to?
Well, because all of these say like chakra balance, childhood problems, expanding your business. Celtic cross, like what is that refer to anything specific,
right.
or just like
it's
this?
about life? It's
Okay.
about your general life.
Okay.
Heartache. Here is he, she the one? You know, I mean, and these are just different ones that God knows who came up with these.
We know who came up with them. It's some woman on Bourbon Street
right,
under an umbrella.
You know, I mean, you know, these all come the right paths, and I've seen this one used several times. Many people do. And this is the simple one, the 3-card one. You see this one a lot. This is just used in love relationships. I do a 7-card when I do questions.
Stuck.
You know,
With the,
true friend.
what does stuck refer to?
Ex-lover, you do a big X. You know, for love and relationships. Want to find out what's going with your ex? Doodle X 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Why waste the time?
Exactly. And look, and here's where it's taken from. So if y'all want to look at this, I'm going to leave that up there. Y'all want to write that down? Y'all can. Y'all can go visit those websites, and y'all can play with those. I left you a couple of good websites right there that y'all could go to and get those. And unfortunately, I don't look like we have, but this will be on YouTube, so you can go to YouTube and get this information. I'm going to leave this up here for a minute so people can write this down, but in a minute we're going to go over to the other screen and I'm going to do some readings for y'all.
Now, is Celtic cross, is that normally, that's like the one you always go to? That's your go-to spread?
I've been reading the same way for almost 50 years. Do you really think I'm going to change now? And I've been using the same deck for almost 50 years. Do you? And I'm good. So why change?
Okay. Just
You know,
asking.
I'm just saying, that's just
asking.
me. I don't.
You did get a new deck.
I did.
Okay, and it is the same pictures.
Yes, it's the
Okay,
same deck.
All right. Okay, I didn't look and investigate yet. I just noticed that it was here, and we've got the same medieval imagery going on. All right.
I always use the Rider-Waite deck. I will always use the Rider-Waite deck. It is the original, based off the original tarot deck from Italy. You know, from that side of from southern Europe, and
You
because
can tell by the colors.
northern Europe is more runes, and southern Europe is more tarot. In fact, you know, but if you look, we're going to do the Celtic Cross, but I'll show you one more thing if I can. No, you know, no, I'm not, because that might mess it up. I don't want to mess nothing up. So anyway,
they're very specific.
Right. You can do that, but again, I'm going to focus on this Celtic Cross, and I'm going to show you several things that I'm going to teach you tonight, and give you some suggestions so that when you're working, you can understand and give you some reasoning and why. So I'm going to give you some stuff. I was going to go over the history of tarot, but you can Google it. It's easy to Google. But we'll go over the Celtic Cross. All right, we're going to go now to a different screen. Table view.
Yay.
So, all right, move this over. So, all right, folks. So when I read, the first thing I always do, when I find my deck, it's usually found like this. When I leave that on my table like that, or actually I got this cute little box that my friend Daphne, who's on here, gave me, and my cards sit in my box like this. I pull them out and set them on the table like that when I got a client coming. When my client comes, I remove my rock, I put it to the side, and I grab my cards. And the first thing I'll do while my client is sitting there is I'll start to shuffle. Now, Mary got to see this last night, so I'll start shuffling. And while I'm shuffling, I'll put my hand down and I'll make 3 piles. And what this is called is breaking the energy from the last reading. Okay? Now, once I make 3 piles, I then take and turn each pile, the top card on each pile, 180 degrees. 1, 2, 3. So I turned each pile 180 degrees. So what I did is I've taken my energy and spread it over, and I've turned each one 180 degrees. And while I turn them over, I will look at them just to kind of see what they are. And I won't flip them like this, but I'll just look under them and look. And it kind of tells me something that's going on. So what I'm going to tell you is somebody in this family that they really don't care for is about to get pregnant. Probably what we're going to talk about in the read. I already know that before I even get started. Okay? And after I do that, then I'm going to kind of mix them up a little bit. And just kind of get them all into one pile. And I'm going to give it a shuffle. A little bit of a shuffle. And here's something I do, and I'm going to tell you why. Especially if it's a new person that I don't know. I'm going to do like this, and I'm going to tell the sitter, I'm going to say, I want you to shuffle these until your heart's content, but when you're done, I want you to set them down just like this.
It's a very definite.
And the reason I do that is because I want to see how nervous they are.
Okay.
Because most of the time, they'll set them like this, or they'll set them like that. And I want to see if they're listening to me. So because it matters how I pick them up, whether they're going to be straight up or reversed. So I specifically give them an order to see how comfortable they are when I'm reading them. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So they'll shuffle them, and they'll probably set them like that. And I'm like, can you fix that?
You bad listener. I'm going to pull the bad listener card now.
And they'll fix it, and then I pick up the deck, and then I will do a Celtic cross. Now, we're going to do 2 Celtic crosses. The first one I'm going to do is just like the one you saw in the picture. 1 card and a cross card. Okay? And then I start at the right. This is how I do it. Some people do it different. I like to go to the right. The thing says to go to the bottom first, and they go this way. I don't. I do mine different.
Yeah, you're all over the place.
No. They go this way.
Okay.
I like to go this way.
Counterclockwise.
I've always done it differently. It's the way I do it. And again, it's my connection with spirit. It doesn't, but in each of those piles will have a certain meaning. The only meaning I stick with that the book says to stick with is this pile right here. So this is the Celtic cross. Okay, 1 cross, then 4 around and 4 up. I say do what makes you comfortable. The reason why I do it this way is because this is how I remember. No, it's not dyslexic. This is the way. hey, Alyssa. This is the way I remember because it's something you have to do the same way every time.
That makes sense.
And this is the way
Routine.
I remember the routine.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember starting this first and then doing this and that, that's fine. As long as you get the 10 cards and this is the way you're going to do it every time, so your inner higher spirit knows how you're laying those cards. I don't care how you lay them, but make sure it's the way you do it for every person, every time. Now, when I read this, now I'm going to show you why I mean by telling a story. Most people, like my friend Dyslexic Daphne over there, likes to read. She's going to sit here and read every meaning. This means this means that, this means that, this means that, this means that. But my friend Mary, who followed me last night and got the real meaning of how to read the cards, she got it last night. Like the light bulb went off, my girl got it. So, she's going to be a good reader. My friend Daphne been having the whole book.
Daphne will get there. Daphne will get there.
For about a year now, and she's getting it. I'm messing with you, Daphne. But anyway, she's gonna be cursing me out up there. Anyway, so when you look at this, you got 1 card. So when I look at this, I know I'm gonna talk about a relationship that happened in the past that I see a new one coming in and one going out because this person, my is about to get stabbed in the back. I see a new man, probably a man with red hair coming in. Okay, if not red, but I kind of really think it is red hair or an auburn hair because look at all the wands going up here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I was going to say it's a lot of wands.
And it's a young man, and it's a new relationship because the page is right above the knight. And I see this growing, although I see a little bit of trying to, I see my sitter carrying some baggage into the relationship. Because of that bandage on the head up there. But it's definitely new. So you got an ace, a knight, a wand. So as I go forward with this, that's a basic reading. But watch how the reading changes when I do this. And the story changes. Because when I read people, I do it this way.
Got a
You
lot
can
of
tell
wands
I
there.
didn't shuffle these too well.
Yeah, I was going to say, these are all wands.
Yeah,
Bill.
so there's a few mixed up in here. I should have mixed them up
Okay,
a
you're
lot.
doing another Celtic cross.
Yes,
I get it.
The only place I don't so it gives me a better story to tell.
Okay.
Now instead of reading every card, you read the story.
Mm-hmm.
You read the story. Now when I look at this, now watch the story change. So I see a person who actually wants to find new love in their life and they're looking for partners. And I kind of feel this person is trying to open a new business and they really find that. And they're really working hard on that. And when they do, they finally get to open this new business and that's where they find their love. That's where they find their love in this new field that they're going in. And they meet this man who actually wants to invest in business with them, but they don't. They don't want their money. They do it on their own. And because of that, it brings them inner peace and inner love. And they do, and finally they do find love. And they get together and they find happiness and there's a lot of nurturing and they have success. And I always turn 1 card over here in the end. And I got all that from this. But look how much detail happened.
Okay, I was going to say, are you going to then do another and see if the story changes?
No, this is the first leg.
Okay.
So as I'm doing this, but let me show you where I'm getting at. So I got love, and I got success and smart thinking. I got partnerships over infinity and positivity.
Mm-hmm.
Smokescreen, they don't see it. Emotional connection, education and business, and at the top. So that's
Okay.
all new. Here's the triumph that people didn't think this person could do it, but she did. And this is success. And this is aggressive person moving into it, not being able to make the emotional connections, but they move forward with their new endeavor, and they're the princess in it. This is the person wanting to invest money, but they wanted something in return. The sword cuts both ways. Okay, so they didn't take it. So they went on their own. They picked it up. They found somebody. Remember, this is matrimony too. Found somebody. They were happy. They nurtured the business. They had success. However, they did not take the money. They worked hard, but they're doing good. The world is there.
So does anyone watching identify with this?
So no, this isn't for anybody out there.
Oh.
This is not what I'll.
Okay.
This isn't for anybody.
I don't know.
I haven't.
I haven't
shuffled
said
them.
the intention.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't set an intention. So again, now, so what I would do in a reading, like with one of them. So an example, what I would do, say I was reading one of them.
Okay. Mystery person, bye-bye.
I would say to them, tell me when to stop shuffling. And then they would tell me stop. And then I would turn the cards. And then I'm reading for them. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to shuffle. I'm going to break that reading, but then I'm going to shuffle. But I'm going to mix these. Watch that. First I'm going to mix
Mix
these
it good,
really
yeah,
good.
because we got a lot of wands.
So I'm going to mix it.
And nobody wants to the redhead thing. I don't know about that. You
Alright.
got a good redhead, and that's probably one of the few I've ever met.
Uh-huh. So we're going to do another one so y'all can see. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to break the last reading. I'm going to look at my card. I see a king, emperor, which is a king. I see death, which is change. And I see tower of destruction, which means they need to get rid of it. And then I already know who I'm reading. So I'm going to do this, this, and this, and I'm going to shuffle a little bit. And I'm going to say, shuffle to your heart's
Damn
content
it.
and tell me when to stop. And set them down just like that.
Okay, I knew you were gonna do that.
Uh-huh. That's why I got that. I got those 3 cards. We're gonna put her life online.
On blast.
No, I'll be kind.
Oh.
I promise I'll be kind.
I already know a little bit too.
I know. I saw it. Look, I saw those 3 cards. I'm not going there. I won't go there. I'll wait till after. I'll be kind. I promise. So she put them down just like that, and I'm gonna turn them over. All right. So we're gonna go. That's good. I like the Pope. The Pope's nice.
The Pope is on his deathbed.
But that's not that Pope. That is
Okay.
the Pope.
Okay.
It's a Pope.
All right.
They said he's getting better.
Oh, that's good.
Like Buddy Pilot. He's getting better. Boom.
Yeah.
And then, not
Death
no more.
card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not no more.
The anxiety.
Because there's the death card.
There's a death card. Okay,
Alright, so-
read me, Sid. What do we got?
So when I look at this, so the first thing I want to say, so, you know, in your past, so right here is your recent, going on now, this is past, this is recent future, this is about you, this is moving forward. So when I look at this, the things that I'm going to talk to you about right off the bat, just looking at this, just looking. So, and I know a little bit about you, but
Mm-hmm.
but I'm gonna say the things I'm gonna talk about. One is your career, because you got a few wand cards there, especially in your future. You have some value cards, so coins are value cards or money cards, and I also see some emotional cards that we're gonna touch. But what I want to talk about first is your past. So what I'm just seeing is that, like, you have, but it's the first thing is I want to talk about is the past, is the Moon, the Nine of Swords, and the Page of Cups. So together, what that's telling me is that you have worked very hard in getting your emotions to stable, and even though that they are still fragile, you are moving forward with that. like that you're really starting to get control of those things. Um, there is something you still don't necessarily believe that about yourself, because that king is blinded by the woman, by that sword card right there. The king of swords is blinded by the female that says you don't see it, but it's there. I do need to warn you about somebody trying to get money from you, and I don't know if this is somebody in your home environment or maybe in your
It's
complex.
my HOA.
Right.
Yeah,
So
but I
don't-
also run it. So
right.
yeah.
So I kind of think there's some legal stuff or some contracts that need to
I
that
know.
go there,
Yeah.
and so I kind of
Mhm.
see some things being
And it's
signed.
the government. The government's
I-
coming up too with tax
I-
season. They're always trying
I
to
think
take
you're gonna be
your money.
okay with it. I just think you just
Yeah.
have to take care of some things and sign some things, is what it looks like.
Mhm.
But I think things are gonna be okay. Just it says, I think money's gonna flow. I think you don't think it is, but I think it's gonna be better than you think. So I think you're gonna save, but I think it's gonna pan out okay. Because what I'm looking at down the line is there recently was change in your work. I know that.
Mhm.
However, your work keeps progressing because the Pope blesses you with finding work. It's like the Pope, whenever one thing goes, another thing comes in. So as
Yes.
one thing ends, one thing
That is
begins,
true.
and you will always do something on the road. Like you will always
Yes,
be
I have to because
right.
I can't sit at a desk.
right. So you will
Yeah.
always be someone that's on the road or in the air or doing something like that. That's why that chariot is up there, and there is great change around you. So even with what you're doing now, there are more opportunities. There's more things that are going to change. There are more things, and I kind of see another change coming around September of this year, or another addition to things that you do. So pay attention to that as well
Okay.
as I'm looking at this. You see, that wasn't that bad.
No,
was
that
it?
wasn't that bad.
You
No. I'm just
see?
okay.
You see,
Okay, I
you
see.
see, you see. Now, do y'all see what I see there, or do y'all have any questions about that
Or
reading?
do we want to
Or-
interpret me
Or
differently?
do y'all want to interpret? Y'all want to interpret it different? Do y'all see that what I see, or do y'all want to ask me questions about any of those cards? Because this is your time to ask questions. Somebody asks a question, I might give you a surprise.
Sounds like a treat of some kind.
It is.
Oh, we know it's delayed.
I know.
I'm gonna take a sip of champagne.
I'm gonna
as
give y'all
you
a
get
second.
ready.
Somebody give me a good question. You might get a
Yeah.
present. Who knows?
I got a lot of presents last night, by the way, at the parades.
Good.
It's hard to see them.
It's
all.
hard to see them all.
I think it's the
Still
light.
here. Okay, so I'm gonna put them out so you can see them all. If you have a question about, or you can see, or you have a question about any of the piles, and I'm gonna spread it out for you. Is that better? I know there's some glare, but I can't help that because then I would be in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
And I know y'all can't see this one. But just by, you don't have to see all the pictures, just kind of get the vibe off the board.
Daphne definitely sees travel. Yes, I'm actually traveling to
Okay,
Texarkana in a
Daphne,
couple
you
weeks.
made the first remark. So guess what,
Mhm.
Daphne? You get the next reading. You see there? I said there's
Yes.
going to be a prize. You made the first remark that came through on my side that nobody on TikTok did, right?
No.
Okay, I got it because I got TikToks on a different board, so I have to watch TikTok too. Okay, so all right, so all right.
Oh, you're not gonna finish.
Well, I did. That was you. You
Okay.
would get another lay after that.
Okay.
I've hit every pile. I told you a story. It's
All
a
right.
story. You
It
don't
is a
read
story.
cards. You tell
Okay.
the story.
I didn't know if you were gonna tell me about my love life.
Well, I could do another lay and tell you about your love
No,
life.
I've already done lays.
Do you want
on
me to
that.
put your love life online?
No, we're not gonna put my love life online. I had the conversation.
I know. I bet you did, because that's what those three cards told me.
Oh damn. Okay, we're gonna talk about that later.
Yes, we will. That's what those three cards told me. Remember when I told those three cards
Yeah.
over? Yeah. Yeah, those three cards told me that. So let me break the last reading. Okay. Now we're going to flip. Oh, God, I already know this, Daphne. I already know this, Daphne. I already know this about you, Daphne. There's a pregnancy, Daphne. It was a pregnancy. Yeah, your daughter just had a baby. I already know that. You're going to visit. I know that already. It was weird that those 3 cards turned over, wasn't it? I already knew that about Daphne. The pregnancy in Daphne's life. I knew that. Or a baby in Daphne's
Well,
life.
congratulations, Daphne.
So, Daphne, I'm going to shuffle. You tell me when to stop. So you got to type the word stop when you're ready for me to stop shuffling these cards. So when I see the word stop, I will stop.
I hope Daphne keeps you going for like a half hour. Have you ever just said, "Are you done already? Are you ready?"
I have.
Okay.
Nope. Stop. Okay. All right, Daphne. We'll see what we got. So, I already see what's going on with that. All right. I'm gonna try to put them so y'all can see. Let me come over this way some, so I can try to make room for all the cards so y'all can see, like, how they're spread out. So that's the sun. So lovers. Oh, girl, you getting some? No, I'm just kidding. She's like, sure. I'll put them so you can see. At his work, Daphne. Oh,
Daphne's getting some out the work.
no, she's having fun on
Oh,
a
she's. Oh, I
boyfriend
was
at
gonna
his
say,
work.
Daphne's having. I want Daphne's life. Daphne's having some fun.
Not at her work. Trust
Oh.
me. At his work.
This is why I'm still learning to read.
I know where Daphne works. That's why. So, all right. So, all right. So looking at this, here's okay. All right. So this is what I want to say. Looking at this, so immediately where I want to go is looking at the first 2 cards in the center. What it makes me want to tell Daphne is that she needs to be careful on her decision making about her career right now, because she's looking at things like what I want to do with my life, because she's holding that globe in her hand. She's got the 2 of Wands on each side of her. She's trying to make decisions. Should I go here or should I go here? Which way should I go? But she's got Judgment upside down. So it says, don't be too hasty. You know, you may have to try something first without giving up something to see if it's going to work for you before you make a decision, right? Because her judgment is not in her best favor right now. So she's got to kind of try something before she gives up anything and make sure that it's her best move for herself. And it has to do with her work. If you go straight across, there's a wand there, that's the number 1 wand, which is about career stuff. So I'd be mindful of that. Looking below her, there's also stuff that she needs to learn. So I see her traveling to learn stuff, or movement to learn stuff, and she's got to get more aggressive with that. Like if she wants to move forward in making if she wants to move away from like her current job or current situation, she needs to get out and travel and learn stuff, increase her knowledge on her topics and stuff to help facilitate any type of major move with her career. So that's something that she's going to have to do. Now, also moving ahead, there is another child coming into her life. Not just this one, there's another one. So there's another pregnancy that I see coming. I don't know which child it's going to be, or if it's going to be just another family member. I know which child it's not going to be. But anyway, we hope not. Well, maybe that would be interesting, but I'm not going there.
We're not putting life on blast.
Yeah, we're not going to put that on blast, Daphne. Oh, Mary's like, oh Lord. Mary's like, oh Lord.
Daphne's like, I wish I didn't ask any questions
But
tonight.
anyway, So looking at that, there is another baby coming, but it's down the line. But there will be another baby, or there will be another attempt, because that is the pregnancy card above her, and it's not the baby; it's actually another pregnancy. To the left, there is going to be movement of family. So there's another family member that is moving. Don't know which one. It isn't Daphne. It's a family member that I see move. It's my move card, and it's not a good move. It's a move because I need to move or have to move. It's not Daphne. It's a family member that I see moving. Now let's go look at Daphne's relationships. I see Daphne trying to find something that she's passionate about, and that might even lead to her finding a relationship. I think one of the biggest downfalls I see with Daphne finding a relationship or being in a relationship is that she's not happy in her.
She lives in New Orleans.
She lives in New Orleans, but
Yeah.
also no, she lives in Chalmette.
Same thing.
Same
And we
thing.
know what the men are like out there.
So, well, anywhere in New Orleans area, but
Yeah.
I think that's what's got her up. I think what holds her back is that she needs to be in a happier place with her career and her surroundings. And once she's in that happier place, I think should be more open to finding somebody's going to be more apt to being pulled to her energetically.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's part of it. Now let's look what's in her home plate. And there are some legal things about land and or property that she's going to be dealing with a man. That's probably a relative, because I know that about her already. But that's happening like soon. This is in her home plate. So that is something that she would be dealing with. And I kind of know about that already. And I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole with her right here online in front of everybody. But that's probably going to be happening sometime within the next 6 to 8 months is what this looks like by where it's positioned. Thank God. But anyway, I also feel that there are some legal issues that she's going to be getting involved. Not her personally, but there's a family member getting into some legal issues to deal with a child, and I don't know what it's exactly about, but it's with a woman and a child, and I don't know what that's about. But I do see it because I got a page of swords, I got an upside down Queen of Wands, and then I got the thief upside down. So that concerns me. So I see that too. I also, when I look at all of this too, I kind of feel that the guy that I see Daphne, whether the guy that I see rescuing, he'll have dark hair. I think he'll own his own business, or he will be into some kind of he'll either that or he'll be retired or have his own money. When I see him, he'll have dark hair. That's the King of Pentacles. So that's who I see her with.
I just heard real estate in my head too.
Right, well,
Something with
he could
real
have
estate.
property.
Yeah.
But that's who I see. And that may be what she gets into. I don't know what she's getting into, but I see her looking at something else, and I see some education there for her. When I look at that, and the end card is great. The two end piles are great. This one and that, because this is her relationship. But up there is the Wheel of Fortune turns in her favor. It's anything that's negative on side the Wheel of Fortune, for me, it always makes them positive. So it's partnerships and success.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I see outside of her. And so that's what I would focus on for Daphne. Okay?
That
All
makes
right.
sense. That tells a lovely story.
So do y'all just say yes and no? Do you see how I told that story? Like, I didn't go card to card. I looked at the whole story. That's why I call this course Tarot, the Whole Story. It's Tarot with Sid, the whole story. Because I'm looking at the whole story that the cards are showing me. I'm not just reading card by card. When you do intuitive tarot, you do not read card by card. Well, hopefully tomorrow, Daphne, hopefully.
So yeah, back to energetics, when people, because that can be a conscious choice,
Right.
That you were going to then do this then,
Right.
If you need to make that change.
Right. So I like to tell people. So again, last night we had a great talk about ethics in tarot. We had a great talk about understanding, telling the story by looking at the cards. Like, why do I tell people go read children's book? Get in the habit of telling the story, not focusing on each card. not focusing on, well, this means that. I mean, no, because you're just talking, you're just telling tarot. You're not telling the story to the sitter's story. Because what I'm doing, so what when you read the tarot, what you're doing is I'm pulling in the energy of my sitter, and I'm blending it with the story of the cards. So I'm blending the story that I'm getting from my sitter and the cards, and I'm telling what I feel or what I'm sensing while I'm looking at it, and and that's how I say it. And again, in ethics in tarot, you know, you have to be ethical in your tarot. And I said this last night. There are only a few types of readers. There is the one that no one should go to, and that's the gypsy, the one who's gonna want to wash a curse, get rid of a curse on you, or or the one who is gonna wash your money, or don't go to them. Don't believe all that. Or you got demons. Get away from those people. Okay, those are feeders. Stay away from them. There's the life coaches, and those aren't bad. If you need a life coach, and they're good. I mean, they're gonna sit there and they're gonna coach you on life. The best tarot reader to go to is one that's a combination of an intuitive and a life coach, someone who can actually see what's coming and help you avoid the negatives, help you fix the negatives, help you go in and prepare and lighten what's coming at you. So, and I give examples. I gave a few examples last night when we were talking on the Tuesday night rant. Like I tell people, if I see something negative, like if I see an illness, well, I'm going to tell you about it. I'm going to tell you, go to the doctor, go get it checked. Now you got to listen. If you don't listen to me, that's your fault. But I'm going to tell you, if I see something, if I like one time I had a lady put a gun in my hand. Tag, I'm it. I have to sit with her until her family comes home, and I got to make sure that they that they take care of her, that they get her help. I had to cancel all my appointments that day. I just can't get up and leave. You have to have resources. So I have a ton of resources when I read. If somebody needs a good healing, or if somebody needs a cleansing, or if somebody needs a chakra balance, or if somebody needs a good hypnotherapist, I have those people in my phone. If I need,
you're like the general counsel,
right?
Overall, because you're sharing part of their life with them and helping them prepare.
Exactly. If I see something, and if I can't give you what you need, I'm going to send you to what you need, and you can listen to me. You don't have to. I mean, I once had a girl. And I told this story last night, who I read her and her best friend for years and helped them through like relationships and school and college. And, both of them were studying engineering at one of the colleges here, because I'm trying to keep them somewhat anonymous. And, they would go to New York and do internships, and they just met these two new guys. And I kept telling, and it was their senior year, and I kept saying, don't go to New York this year, be with your guys, because this is your last year. And she's like, well, no, this is the company I want to go work with. I want to go. And I'm like, no, don't go. And she could see it in my face, and she's like, you've been reading me. I know you see something. What do you see? And I told her, I said, I see your rape. I said, don't go. And she came back in August, and she says, this is going to be my last reading with you. And I said, why? She said, because I went to New York and I got raped, and it was your fault because you put it in the universe.
Oh, no.
And I told her, I said, I told you not to
but
go.
She came back, though.
But I never saw her again.
Yeah.
This was a person who I literally read like every 2 months for like years, and I'm pretty much guided her through everything. But she didn't. And I told her, I said, well, that's your fault. You didn't listen, but you can believe what you want, and I'm okay to let you go.
Yeah.
I said, I'm okay to let you go because
she was at that point in her recovery where
right.
she needed to blame you for it rather right. than realize that this was
right.
a man.
And I was okay, and I was okay. I was okay that way. But I told her, no, you put it in the universe when you know me. I've been reading you for how many years? And you know me, and you wanted to, and you still went. You went knowing how accurate I am. I've literally predicted I told you the man you were going to meet to the detail. I've guided you for how many years and was never
Mhm.
wrong, and you still went. I said, so what does that say to you? So I mean, I mean, again,
Some people don't want to listen. It's that whole conversation, and you and I have had this conversation, and I love having this conversation with people
Uh-huh.
about fate. Is it changeable or is it not changeable?
it is changeable. It is, it can be changed. Like so,
I don't know. I go
no,
back and forth sometimes.
it's just like I tell the person who comes to me and says they're in their 70s and they say to me, I really want to, and they're widowed, and they tell me, I want somebody in my life. I said, well, if you don't get off your sofa and go out, you're never going to meet them.
Mm-hmm.
You make the
But-
choice to stay on the sofa. You're
but-
never going to meet them. You have
but-
to go out.
On the other hand, could you possibly argue that fate is so set that, let's say she does go out, but she still never meets him because that was what her fate was?
Yeah, but she never will. If she doesn't, you don't know until you try.
You don't. That's true. But
You
that's,
don't.
I
you
don't know.
will
That's
never know.
that is one of those questions
But-
though I
but-
always think about.
But think about it. If I tell you you're going to meet somebody
Mm-hmm.
and you don't go out,
Mm-hmm.
you're never going to meet them. Do you see what I'm saying?
It increases her chances.
No. You never. If I tell you, like I just told Daphne, she's going to meet somebody at their work.
Yes,
So if Daphne never makes that happen, then it's never going to come happen.
that's true.
Ooh, excuse me about that, but bless me. But anyway,
Lessons.
So you understand? So my point is, when you're going to get read, these things are you're going to get read so that you can have like I'll give you
Have knowledge to prepare.
I'll give you something better. Look how many people I cured with cancer. I saw the cancer. I tell you about it. I tell you what to do. We fix it. Had you not come to me and I told you that, you would have waited till you had long-term symptoms, and then you would have went. It would have been too late.
Mm-hmm.
That's my point.
That's yes.
That is my point.
Okay, I gotcha. I was watching Apple Cider Vinegar before I came over, which you need to watch that.
Okay.
Talking about cancer.
Mhm. So I mean, and that's what that's what I tell people. When I tell people, I'd rather be wrong about an illness than right, but it doesn't hurt to go get checked.
Never hurts.
Never hurts. To make an
Annual
appointment.
screenings and visits. Yep.
And I'm about 90-something% accurate on those.
Yeah.
I am.
Well, you gotta know your strengths.
And again, and I can't say I can heal already, because sometimes you're right. It is fate.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it is fate. I mean, and sometimes I don't see it till you're in crisis mode. But
Another conversation.
yeah, another
Another
conversation.
time.
We talk
Yes.
about healing. Look, thanks for the reminder. I need to get off the sofa. That's the way you're gonna meet a man, girl.
Yes.
That's the only way you're gonna meet somebody. Oh, is if you get off the sofa. Let me explain something to you. Okay? You're gonna be in that casket at that urn a long time. You're gonna have a long time to rest. Okay? Go have some fun.
Exactly, especially
You
this
gotta go
time
on
of
a
year.
cruise, and even you go by yourself. They have solo cruises now. And when we went on the last cruise with Mary Kate and a friend of Magnie's, they went solo. They had the best time because they have like special solo
Well, you can make your own
areas.
schedule too at that point
Yeah.
too, which is
and
fantastic.
but they have special solo bars where everybody there is single, all ages, like all ages. I'm talking like from 20s to 90s. Okay.
You can get yourself an old man.
You can.
Yes.
You can, all ages, and they have different events. I mean, they literally do, and they have solo rooms, like just for one person, on cruise ships now. So there's no reason,
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And so I tell people all the time, there's only two things you take to the other side with you, and that's memories and love. So go make some love, and go make some memories.
Mm-hmm.
Go spend your kids' retirement. What they're gonna do with
They're
it?
gonna work. Yeah,
They're
the
gonna
Warren
work.
Buffett
Yeah.
way. Yes.
Yeah, go spend your kids' retirement. So so ethics are really, really important when you're doing this, and I wanted to say that to you. So be very ethical. Always, tell the story, tell it in a positive way. If you have a person who has needs, help them the best you can. Always have resources. When you start to read, and I will teach this more in the master class, because we do go over big time ethics, and we do go over like how to build your resource pile in that class, and who you should have in your resource pile. You definitely, need like a suicide hotline, because I've had a few of those. I don't know if some of y'all might remember this, because I think I don't know if a couple of people on here might have been there, but I was supposed to be doing a gallery with Trenny, and I was late because I had a client who was talking suicide, and I had to sit with him until I had his head right, and then I was able to finally make it to the gallery. But I was late. I'm never late to a gallery. I'm usually early, but I was late to that gallery because I couldn't leave a client in distress.
Yeah, ethics. You have to make sure that they're okay.
Right. That's that is mandatory in this line of work. You have to make sure everybody is okay, and not all mediums or psychics are like that. There are many that are not. There are many that are very cold, very
burnt,
very cold, very
manipulative.
Like there are some out there who just don't care. But I think you're in the wrong business, because when you do this work, if you're real,
they just need to go bartend at that point.
Right.
And
you are
call
supposed
it a day.
we connect clairsentiently through empathy, and through.
Yeah, they just need to be able to pour that draft, and here you go, instead of reading cards.
Right.
Yeah.
So, gang, where we at?
We're at 9:22, and I have a big day tomorrow and a big night. It's Muses.
Oh, it is. So I have family in town.
Yes.
Magni's family's in town with me from Norway. So they're just the most wonderful people in the world.
They are.
And they just got in tonight. So this is like a special time for me and Magni. So it's very special, and
it's a very special time of year. Mardi Gras is a very special time of year in New Orleans.
So we're going to be taking them to a few parades and
some surprises along the way.
That we can't mention, but anyway. So any questions about tarot? Anything? I'm trying to think of anything else that I talked about last night that I didn't talk about. We talked about ethics. We did some lays. I had a reading today with a lady whose husband. Yes, thank you, Patricia. That's how it's supposed to be, love. Yes, you do have to go over. You have to spend time with people. You do. I had two sisters here a couple weeks ago, and then mom had just passed, like literally a couple weeks before. But one sister was okay because she had seen me before. But the other sister had never, and like she didn't even think it was real until about 3 minutes in.
Yes,
about 3 minutes in. But they left, and they were really sweet. They were really sweet. They both wrote me emails after and was very thankful, and they were very loving people. So you do have to stay with people. Okay, I will give you a call, Daphne, when we finish tonight. Thank you, Patricia. So next week, I don't know what the topics, but we're going to take a week or two break with the cards, and then we're going to come back with, open that drawer. So hand me that deck right there.
Oh, the symbology deck, I love it.
So the next deck we're going to go through is symbology, and this is a deck, and I'll show you a little bit about symbology. This is a deck we use when I do this with my mediumship students when I teach mediumship. And basically it is just a deck full of symbols and colors.
Drawn by Magni.
And what we do, we play different games with this deck. And it already actually has a short YouTube video out right now, but it's not in this area of the podcast. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another podcast, just one podcast on symbology, where I'm going to go over some of the cards, and we're going to do some different games. Me and Alicia are going to play some games with the symbology cards for y'all to see how to use them, and then I'm going to do a card lay, like a tarot lay, with them and do a reading with the symbology cards. And so I'm going to teach y'all some different cool things to do with them.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that.
And
I didn't think about
I
that.
think we could do it in one evening. Happy Mardi Gras. I think we can do that in one evening. You can. The only place that sells these now is Mystic, which is my old. It's the lady who bought my old store. I don't know if
She's got, I think, 2 or 3 left.
Oh no, she's got more than that.
Oh, there was just 2 or 3 I saw in the display case.
Yeah,
so
no, there's probably more than that. I took a few with me home because I did bring some home with me because I use this also. Let me do the full screen. I back over here. We'll see. I use this deck when I teach my mediums on mediumship. We use this for when I teach clairvoyance, and I use this deck for that, and we play a lot of games with it, and I just get them in a habit of trying to visualize, and so I use this for that, and so a lot, and I give it to them at like a really reduced rate when they take the class. So I took a bunch of decks for that, but I think she still has a couple of hundred decks still.
Yeah, it's a good deck.
It's
I
a
like
good
that
deck.
deck.
And then I will probably order some more, but when I order these, I got to order a few thousand at a time. So it's like we're finally almost out. We sold them. We sold plenty of them. I have not yet sold them. I have not yet sold them to any. They tried to get me to sell them to people that do
Amazon.
the tarot card. People who sells all the tarot cards. I can't think of them. The ones that have the ones that have Parker Brothers and all of that. That's where they have all the
like the Monopoly people.
Yeah, they wanted to do them, but I didn't do it because when you got to sell them your patent. They literally take them from you. So I wouldn't sell it to them because I wanted to be able to sell them to my mediums at a very low price. So I wanted to make sure that they can get them without having to pay a lot of money for them. So I do that. And there's 78 of them, just like the tarot cards. There's 78 symbology cards, just like tarot. So that's really cool. All right, recap real quick. So January 8th is the grief group that we meet at my house.
Not January.
I'm
March
sorry,
8th.
March 8th. Sorry, March 8th. What was January?
January, yeah. We're in February, Bill. Yeah.
Yes, March 8th is grief group at 11 a.m. at my home. We're going to have an activity and food and drinks, and we're going to talk about grief, and it's a great group. So join us if you have anybody that's grieving, bring them along. It is really, really, really a good group, and I have a core group of 4 or 5, and people come and go throughout, and we do it every once a month. It's the way I give back to the community. But the fun day is Sunday. Fun day is Sunday. March is March 9th is Psychic Investigation with Misty Gaither and myself. We're going to teach you how to sense, and then we are going to take you to an old cemetery to sense the cemetery, and then we will go afterwards either to eat or to have some drinks, and it's free. This is at no charge. So this is a free event. We're going to carpool down to the cemetery, and afterwards we'll go grab either some food or some drink or both. Who knows? And
see where the day takes us.
Whatever anybody wants to do as a whole. So we're not going to force anybody to do something they don't want to do. But it's limited. I'm limiting it to, I think, 20 people. Some people have signed up already. I am going to promote it heavy this week because we did a psychic investigation class, and I haven't yet marketed the students or told them about it unless they followed me here. So I am going to tell them about it this week. So probably most of them will come, and that was about 20 students, wasn't it? And that was a lot. It was maybe 15 to 20 students. I don't know. They will probably come along because they've been waiting and breathing.
There's a lot of interest.
They wanted to do something like this. So
yes.
but I wanted to get some of you guys the opportunity to sign up before I tell them. But once I tell them, it's going to fill up probably. So I've been trying to get it out there for people to sign up before they do, because once they do, it's going to fill, and I have to stop it at 20 because I can't. That's just gonna be too many to
A
be.
lot of people crowd in
Right,
that
right,
cemetery
right.
that you won't tell me what it is.
Yes, and it's free. And it's gonna cost you nothing but whatever food or drink you buy on the way back. That's all it's gonna cost you, and it comes with a free class, and it comes with a good time. So it's Sunday Fun Day, March 9th. At we're gonna probably meet at my house. I forgot what time. It's on my website, sid-patrick.com. What time we're gonna meet, and we're gonna head down. I think it's like 11 o'clock. We meet and we head down there. We do what we gotta do. Then we on the way back we stop and have some fun, and we talk about what you felt, what you saw, and we see who got the same stuff. And then I'm gonna tell you
That's
some
always
history.
interesting.
Let's see. And then March 29th at 2 p.m. at Agave Restaurant in Chalmette. Nacho Dead People. So you're going to get, all tables will have nachos and dips on it, and you come see us talk to your dead people down there in Chalmette. And guys, that is a fun event. Please dress the part. Come have fun. Dress like your favorite Mexican or your favorite illegal. No. I love having fun with that. But anyway, come fun.
Anyway.
Come have fun with it.
Yes.
Okay?
Day of the Dead. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes. It's 11 a.m. Magni posted it. Since the cemetery is March 9th at 11 a.m. And you meet at my house, and we're going to carpool down to wherever we're going to go. I'm not telling you where we're going until you get here.
I know.
Because we're going to carpool. So, I know, Daphne, hopefully you'll get an early flight back. Nacho Dead People, March 29th, 2 p.m. Magni just posted it. That is great. And the grief group is March the 8th. At 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. here. As it is right now, somebody recommended yesterday we watch All That Jazz, the Bob Fosse story, because it's the story that covers the stages of grief. It's a movie that covers the stages of grief through Bob Fosse's life on stage on Broadway as he's dying in the hospital. So we may do that because I got to see who comes, because somebody asked, could they bring a kid, and that's an R-rated movie, so I don't know if I could show that. So I might have to have some alternatives.
Depends on the age of the child, or maybe you can just put them in the room with a coloring book.
Or we may do a St. Patrick's Day event, because maybe we'll do something for St. Patrick's Day. I gotta see. I'm gonna think of something clever. We always do an activity. Last month we did Valentine's to our loved ones on the other side and to each other, and we made little decorative bags. And Christmas we made Christmas ornaments with pictures of our loved ones in them and hung them on our trees. And it was all covered. Because there is a $20 fee to the grief group, but it always goes towards the activity and the food. And if we buy alcohol, the alcohol. But believe me, we spend more money. I spend a lot more money than
You're not profiting off of those.
I do not profit off of that at all. And so I know, Daphne, but you're gonna get a plane that's gonna get you back before then. I have a feeling. But anyway. So those are the upcoming events. So we love you. Alicia has a date, so we're going to get out of here.
I don't. You always use that excuse.
That's what you just said. Did you?
No, I said I have a big night tomorrow because it's Muses.
Oh, I thought you said you had a date.
You just in tune that I have a date. I don't have a date tonight.
Oh,
but
what are we doing? Kissing the Irish. We could do that.
Yeah. Or you could celebrate the Ides of March.
All right. It is on the Ides of March.
It is.
We could
you could watch Roman something.
Yeah, we could do something about Julius Caesar.
Yeah. There's a good movie about that too.
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
It's called Caligula. I don't think
we're gonna upgrade
watch that either.
From R to NC-17. Yes. Just a little jump. No one will notice.
No one will notice.
All right.
All right, guys. So next week, like I said, we'll probably announce the topic during the week. I will be on a little probably. If I'm gonna be out with my family for Mardi Gras, I don't know if I'm gonna be on during the week. I will try to come on and meet with you guys. Just look for me online during the week. If y'all want to email me at psychicsid@yahoo.com. If you have any questions about the tarot, Magni should have tonight's sessions on in the folder created, so that y'all can go back and freshen up. And it's just the computer part is there, so you don't have to listen to all the other stuff that we're talking about. Just the tarot stuff will be there. Okay, we love you. Take care and good night. We're going to sign out now. We love you. We'll see y'all soon, Daphne.
Have a
We'll give you
safe Mardi
call.
Gras.
Happy Mardi Gras, folks. We'll see you the day after Mardi Gras.